1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, clap your hands with me. I'm so glad you're here today. 1, 2, 3. Hi everyone. I am so glad that you're here today for our Friday video. It's a little bit of a different Friday. As parents know, we're in the yellow phase. Yay! Yellow, yellow. For our stay-at-home, order. So perhaps we'll get to see each other sooner than later. I hope so. I miss you all. I miss you all, and I am glad that you're safe at home. I am glad that you're safe at home. We'll get together in class, hopefully soon. Right now, I'm home, so I'm going to read you a story. I'll put little Benny Bear over here with Big Benny Bear. We've been reading about duckies and singing about Duckie Duddle. Oh, let's sing Duckie Duddle before I read. You remember from last week? If you didn't see it, you can go back. I have all the videos on Facebook and on YouTube. You can see the other stories in Duckie Duddle. I'm going to sing about Duckie Duddle. Duckie Duddle. This is Duckie Duddle. Hi, Duckie Duddle. Quack, quack. But I'm going to use my hands to make Duckie. I'm going to use my hands. Put my hands together. You can do it too. And you can sing some of the words if you remember. Here we go. Little Duckie Duddle went swimming in a puddle quite small. She said it didn't matter how much she splished and splattered. She's only a ducky after all. Quack, 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 quack. Duckie Duddle. We're going to read a story now about a duck. Not Duckie Duddle. Different duck. A duck that is not swimming so much. A duck that likes to dance. I put my glasses on. Here we go. And we're going to read Duncan the Dancing Duck by Sid Hoff. He wrote the words and drew the pictures. One day, a little duck started dancing in a pond. Hi, little duck. Hi, little duck. That's Duncan. That's Duncan. Hi, Duncan. The other little ducks looked at him and laughed, but their mother didn't think it was funny. Please, Duncan, she said, stay in line with your brothers and sisters. But Duncan was having too much fun. Can't blame him, right? Duncan was having fun dancing. He danced out of the pond and all around the farm. All around the farm. The little pigs saw him and stayed in the mud with their mother. The little chickens saw him and just kept going about their business. That didn't stop Duncan. Nor should it. He's doing his own thing. He went dancing into the farmhouse. Well, well, what do we have here? Asked the farmer. It looks like a dancing duck. They watched Duncan dance from room to room without bumping into furniture. So, looks like Duncan went into the house. Was dancing in the house. They watched him dance around the kitchen without breaking a dish. He's good, said the farmer. Everybody should see him, said the farmer's wife. They took Duncan to town in their truck. Oh. So Duncan is going from the farm to town. He's going for a little ride. They took him where there were bright lights and people going in to see a show. Now get out there and do your stuff, said the farmer. They took him to a theater. Duncan danced on the stage. There's Duncan dancing. Did you ever dance on a stage? You can make a little stage at home. Do a little dancing. He danced in the aisles. Hooray for the dancing duck. Everybody shouted. He should have national coverage, said the farmer's wife. Oh, so we want Duncan to be seen by everyone. They took Duncan to a TV station. Oh, he's leaving the theater and going into the truck again. Duncan danced for the cameras. He appeared in a million sets. So he was on camera and he was on TV. Lots of people watched Duncan on TV. Duncan became so famous, people chased after him in the street. They wanted him to sign his name for them. They wanted one of his feathers. There were Duncan fan clubs everywhere. Even in the Antarctic. Oh my goodness, so even the penguins were cheering on Duncan. The penguins like to watch Duncan. The night of the big show, Business Award, crowds of fans lined the streets in Hollywood. They cheered as their favorite stars arrived in limousines. Limousines are the big, long cars there. And everybody was cheering. When Duncan arrived in the truck, the fans went wild. Duncan, 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 they chanted. Perhaps they were cheering for Duncan the loudest. That was probably the loudest chant they gave. The judges gave Duncan a Golden Duck Award. Thank you, said Duncan. And he started dancing. There's Duncan with his Golden Duck Award. That kind of looks like Duckie Duddle to me. Doesn't that look like that little award that he has? He danced and he danced until he got so tired. The farmer and his wife had to carry him. They took Duncan back to the farm. Duncan hurried to the pond. All he wanted now was to swim, swim, swim with his family. So they had to carry Duncan to the truck and then home again. Welcome home, Duncan, said his mother. You're a good little duck, and I'm proud of you. Aww. So Duncan's home with his mom. Now please stay in line with your brothers and sisters. Duncan was so happy. He was so happy to be home. So Duncan got to do what he wanted to do. He got to do lots of dancing. He was able to dance and dance and dance. He did one more dance just for his mother. One more dance. So he got to do all that dancing, and then he got to come home. He wanted to come home. He was ready to be home again. Good for Duncan. Good for Duncan. All right. So we're going to talk about a craft now, or some activities you can do together. Last week I had mentioned that we would do a ducky craft. And again, I use that term loosely, craft. We know parents, for the young children, it really is the process over the product. They might not be looking for an end product, just the doing. So please enjoy this together with whatever ages you have at home, whoever you have at home. This can be scaled to different levels for them to enjoy at their own pace. This activity is really nice for color recognition. We'll work with blue and we'll work with yellow. Blue for the pond, Duckie Duddle, or the puddle, when swimming in a puddle. For the puddle, we'll talk about blue. For the ducky, we can focus on yellow. And again, when I say that, I do not mean that they need to be quizzed and tested on their colors. Just converse about them. So often we're drawn to questioning, you know, what color is this? What number is that? What shape is that? People do learn without being questioned all the time. They're quizzed so much in school. Let's enjoy activities together. Learning is innate. We are born with the want to learn. And you can see that as your baby develops, all that they learn without being taught. They're learning. If they're in an environment with plenty, then they'll learn. So enjoy. We can start off with, let's start off with the ducky. The ducky, again, so this is my ducky, but your ducky, if you have an older child, they can perhaps draw a ducky or something to represent a ducky. You can draw a ducky. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. The idea is to do whatever's appropriate for each age. So if the ducky's already cut out for the youngest, just getting some yellow on there. Any way they can get yellow on there. And you can use paint. You can use paint with a Q-tip. You can use paint with fingers. You can use crayons. You can use chalk. You can use markers. You can, if you wanted to focus more on the pond with this other big painting and activity, you can just cut out use yellow paper. And again, just a craft stick, and that's Duckie Duddle. And Duckie Duddle can swim in her puddle like this, right? She's gonna swim in her puddle just like this. And this is a paper plate. Again, you can use cardboard, anything you have. I cut a slit in the middle. You can cut slits around it to make Duckie Duddle swim around it. The real process is to enjoy, I think, in my opinion, is making the puddle. Lots of different ways to enjoy making the puddle, and again, let them enjoy. This can be a project that lasts a couple days. Wait for the paint to dry. When you have a project that lasts a while, just so nice for their attention span, nice for memory, just all building blocks for development. So this paint, this blue paint, this is just tempera paint. You can use whatever you have, you know, washable. What I did was have just blue paint in another plate or bowl, whatever, and have your young person dip the ducky itself, if you have a ducky, or anything, any kind of an animal. This just happens to be the head of the duck, just really developmentally appropriate for a toddler to hold on to like this, to dip and press. The younger ones will dip and smear it all around. That's good, that's all good. You can sing Duckie Duddle while you're getting the paint on there, and enjoy that, you know, together. And you'll want to have lots of paper. They're not just going to want to do one little paper plate. So just have lots of paper that they can enjoy this process. They might dip and press, dip, big movements. Young people really need to do, you know, enjoy all that body movement. So that's one way you can get some blue on there. Again, just talk about using blue paint. We're using blue paint to represent water. This blue was put on here with bubble wrap, and it's hard to see the little bubbles on there because a young person, a really young person, will press but smear it around. Again, they're experimenting with the materials they have. Really nice for tactile. They're holding the bubble wrap. They're seeing what it looks like. If they do press, they can see the circles. The older children will be more precise than that, perhaps pressing to see the little circles come out from the bubble wrap. Younger children might press, again, will smear, and again, it's all good. There's no certain outcome that you're looking for. You're looking for them to explore the materials and enjoy and see what happens. And they'll see what happens when it dries. And if you have several children, you'll see how each one looks a little different, and notice those differences. So there's some puddle ideas. One more I wanted to share, puddle or no puddle. children love stickers. So these little blue circle stickers, you can get these in an office supply store. I use them often in my classes, in my paint and play classes at the Upper Merion Community Center. If you haven't found these stickers yet, if you haven't discovered them, you can certainly pick them up. Really nice for fine motor. I know I've talked about them before. Let them pull the sticker off themselves. If they're really young and just can't quite, you can just pop it up a little bit so they can pull it off, as opposed to taking the sticker off for them and handing it to them. Let them do as much as they can independently. And again, they're going to pile them up. They're going to do whatever they want with them. No stickers, no problem. You probably have painter's tape around. I don't know, we always have painter's tape around this house. Again, blue. Talking about blue, if they can have them, show them how to rip it. You can see how nice that is for fine motor. And again, eye-hand coordination, just getting the tape on. The tape is just a sticker, right? They love playing with tape. If they're really not able to rip it yet, just rip a bunch of pieces, stick it on the table for them with a little piece sticking up. They'll pull it off, let them work at pulling it off. That in itself, just pulling the tape off of something, is an activity in itself and beneficial. And then sticking it onto something else and seeing if it's sticking up. If they like it, they can leave it sticking up. They can press it down, make it flat. Just talk about the difference, how that looks and how that feels. Again, more tactile, more strength in their little fingers. And they can certainly make a blue puddle for Duckie Duddle just like that. And again, puddle aside, just enjoy playing with tape, enjoy playing with stickers. It's so good for them and lots of fun. All right, let's sing Duckie Duddle one more time in our puddle. Let's get this puddle. I'm gonna put this Duckie Duddle in here. Sing with me. Little Duckie Duddle went swimming in a puddle, a puddle, a puddle quite small. She said it didn't matter how much she splished and splattered. She's only a ducky after all. Quack, 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 quack. Little Duckie Duddle in her puddle. And that's Duckie Duddle in a puddle. I hope you got some good ideas, something that you can use. Let's do a little goodbye time with Benny Bear. You ready? We're going to spell his name. We're going to spell Benny. We're going to use the letters for Benny, remember? I know a bear who likes to play, and Benny is his name. B-E-N-N-Y, 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 and Benny is his name. Good job. A little up and down. Here we go. Grab your children under their arms, your babies. You can, big kids, you can grab your little stuffies under their arms and do a little up and down, do a little jumping. Benny the bear goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and Benny the bear goes up and down, and then he gives a kiss. Mwah! Benny the bear goes side to side, side to side, side to side, and Benny the bear goes side to side, and then he runs to hide. Whoop! Benny the bear plays peek-a-boo, peek-a-boo, peek-a-boo. Benny the bear plays peek-a-boo. Whoop, 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 peek-a-boo, whoop, 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 peek-a-boo. I love you. We take our little hands and clap and clap, clap and clap, clap and clap. We take our little hands and clap and clap. It's time to say goodbye. We take our little lips and we take our little lips and it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next Friday.